When working with online leads or really any online database that requires you to call them, it is imperative that you log each and every single call that is made, whether you made contact with that lead or not. We need to know when we last called these leads so that you know when to call them next. And so if you're not logging the calls, you're just going to have a wall of leads and a whole bunch of names that you're not going to remember who's who. So as long as you're logging, the system filters will take care of the rest, making this that much more attainable for yourself and a simpler task for yourself on a day-to-day basis. So when it comes to using the CRM and using the built-in dialer, there's really all you have to do is click on the lead's phone number and then select the dial the lead option. Now, this also works on mobile as well. So as you may recall, you get an email when a lead registers. In that email, there is a link to open and view that lead in the CRM. So you would view it in the CRM and follow the exact same steps, and you can make those calls right from the CRM, right from your phone. So when you click on the lead's phone number, whether you're on this main dashboard or if you're inside the lead, you simply click on the dial a lead option. Now, when you go to dial a lead, you're going to notice a couple things. So first is the lead's name. So we always know who we're calling. I know we've all been there where the phone starts ringing and you forget who you're calling. You can also edit the lead's phone number. So if by chance you're calling someone and they say, hey, can you give me a call on my home number, or you know their home number, you're calling them there instead, you can edit out that number so that the call still logs under that individual. Now, it's also going to display your Twilio number as well. So until you remember your Twilio number, it's right in front of you. So if you're giving it to somebody while on a conversation, you'll have that ability to do so. You will have a timer in the call, and then you have the green button to initiate the call. You can toggle recordings on or off if you wish to, depending on the conversation that you're having. And then, of course, you can just test your mic and headphones. You can show the dial pad as well when you're in an active call. And then you can mute yourself as well, and if there's any comments, the comment section right here. So to initiate a call with the dialer, you would simply hit that green button. The call is initiated because you can see that it's connected as well as the timer has started. In order to hang up the call, so now I'm calling myself, you would hang up that call. Now, before you save and continue, you would want to log your call results. So I'm just going to go no message left. So until you've actually previously spoken to a lead, it's not recommended that you leave a message. 95 to 99% of those leads are not going to call you back. Your goal is to have as many conversations as you can, and if you're wasting time leaving messages, well, really you're going to connect with less people and get really good at leaving voice messages. We want to get you really good at having those conversations and converting your leads. So leaving a note in here. Now, the pipeline does change based on the various actions. So if you log a call that there was no message left or that the lead wasn't there, for example, the pipeline will automatically switch to try to contact. If you log a call that you talked to the lead or perhaps the lead called you back, the pipeline will automatically change to made contact. If you log the call that it is the wrong number, the phone number itself will automatically mark itself as invalid. So we'll just leave it at no message left. Now, for those of you as well, you're going to be able to see a couple things. So in here, you're going to be able to, in the notes and call section, you're going to be able to see the call log. So you can see here, this is a call and this is a note. You'll see there's a recording of the conversation where you can play it back or download it for future reference, or if you need it for a file of some sort. You'll see the call result, who the call was made by, and any notes that you may have made for that call. In addition to being here in the notes and call section, it is also going to show up in the lead stat section right here. This lead stat section is where the system is filtering based on your communications and lead registrations. So for example, if you log the call as a note, the system doesn't recognize that as being a phone call, but rather as a note, so it's not going to be able to pull those calls. And then you can do the same for SMS messages as well. Now, if you are not using the dialer, you can still log your calls this way. Please note that there is a big difference between a note and a call. Again, the system is not going to recognize your call just as being a note. It's just going to consider it as a note. If you log it as a call, you can timestamp it. So you can even backdate your calls. So if you forgot to log some calls, you can definitely go back and timestamp those calls specifically. And then again, log your call results. Now, when you talk to a lead, you, for one, should be able to get enough information that you're able to apply at least one tag to that lead. However, you need to be making notes every single time you have those conversations. And your notes, what you want to do is be as descriptive as possible. Those single line notes saying that, oh, they're just looking for the time being is useless. You might know the context of why they're just looking right now, but when you open up that note in 2, 3, 6 months from now, you're going to be scratching your head wondering what in the world did you mean by that? This is not enough information. And now you have to call that lead back and almost sound like you weren't listening in the first case. So write those notes as descriptive as you can, as if you're writing them for somebody else. This is going to allow you to kind of fall back on those notes when you're having future conversations with these leads, allowing them to really understand that you were paying attention, that you're reiterating, your past conversations with them. So again, leaving your call notes, and then if you are logging your call here, again, I talked to the lead, so we're going to notice 2 things, or 3 things actually. We're going to notice that this pipeline switched to made contact because I talked to the lead. We now have 2 calls logged here, as well as it moves the call down here, but you can see that this call was made as a note in the system as a call log rather than a note call, or a note rather in the system. Now you can filter like this. So again, just going back to your home page, if you want to use filters, you should have those preset filters already created for you. But if you want to pull up all your leads based on the number of calls that they have, or who was last contacted, I want to say last contacted by phone today, I can pull up my leads that I've called today. All right, you won't be able to do that if you log your calls as a note, and you won't be able to do this accurately if you're not logging your calls. So that's where, hands down, Twilio is your best friend. It's what the top producers use because they're always on the go. It allows them and reassures them that all their calls are logged for them. If you have any questions or need any additional assistance, please contact your trainer directly.